My mother wouldn't come in, even if she were asked.
I know.
Ask him. Would you have asked her? I was going to ask her. I was going to ask her, and he says, why ask her? She's not going, you know. She's not willing to do this sort of thing.
Oh, I know. Nobody's willing, hell. I don't think you were willing. You were brought in by the symptoms.
Well, my mother recognizes no symptoms. You cannot talk to her about it because I've tried.
You mean you can't? Don't say I couldn't.
But she wouldn't listen.
No, I don't care if she listens or not.
There's no point in talking if she doesn't listen.
Oh, sure. Sure, you can say all sorts of things, not caring. How did she con you into helping her stay a little girl?
I don't know. I'm not sure that her mother isn't a lot like my mother, and I'm just a little boy to her now, too.
Oh, sure. I would assume that.
And maybe it felt comfortable.
Yeah.
Knowing my mother-in-law, as I know her, even if she had come, we would have had to live with the repercussions of it forever.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. You still live with repercussions, except to sound worse now. The ones you'd be living with, bring her in here, you could blame on me. You wouldn't have to be responsible for them all by yourself. Now the ones that you're suffering with are ones that you are responsible for all by yourselves. Because I think part of the reason that we don't change is because it's disloyal to our parents. They want us to stay the way they fixed us.
But I haven't stayed the way my mother fixed me. All my life I fought to be different from my mother.
But here you are.
And I am different from my mother in a lot of ways. I'm sure I've taken on some of her characteristics, and that's genetics, I guess, but I have always fought to change things, to be different from my mother.
See, she was a rebellious child, too.
I guess I was.
Well, it doesn't sound very rebellious. She sounds like she's very conforming. How about that? Do you think you'll grow up to be like your mom, Dorothy?
No.
Do you think she's like her mother?
In some ways.
Then I assume you'll be like her. Just like you were mothering your little brother there, just like her. And you're using the same finger movement. And I assume that you'll treat your husband just like your mother treats her husband. Do you think your mother takes as much care of your father as her mother takes care of her father? So the problem would be when you get ready to get married, you should try to find somebody who doesn't need mothering.
The viewer may note that Carl's tone and interventions have been more subdued than in the first interview. At this point, several long silences occur, interrupted on occasion by Carl when he tells personal and anecdotal stories. Carl then asks Jim, "Think I've got them scared, or are they just bored?" Father responds with a story of his first experience with a therapist. He explained that it was less a matter of his being scared than his simply not knowing what to say. Carl again waits in silence for the family to respond.